Good day, fellow Jersey Nerds, and welcome to episode 53 of the Jersey Nerds podcast, powered by HockeyJerseyConcepts.com. I'm your host, Ryan. You can catch me anytime on Twitter at HockeyJC, or you can email the podcast anytime, podcast at HockeyJerseyConcepts.com. Today on the Nerdcast, we're going to be talking about the best and worst AHL jerseys this season, and we got to touch on the very red, very plain Moose Jaw Warriors new third jersey. Plus, we'll be getting into fake or authentic, and this week's Throwback Throwdown is a Dumpster Fire Duel. On the podcast this week is Shawn. What's going on, man?
Not much, just recording a podcast, as some have said.
And also joining us, Bpoe. What's going on?
As the some who have said, just recording a podcast, Ryan.
All right, so we're all here to record a podcast. That seems.
You didn't tell them what we're wearing.
Okay, well, Shawn, you start with what you're wearing tonight.
I'll start with the jersey I have spent the better part of a month lambasting, the 80s Flames throwback, this being the Edge version. The second Edge version, and this is a jersey I'd highly recommend you get Matt Stajan on.
Great choice.
And if not him, then pick somebody who isn't Matt Stajan, but is not nearly as well known or well liked on the podcast as Matt Stajan.
I'm also wearing a Flames jersey, 2011 Heritage Classic. Love the jersey. Love the fit of the classic CCM cut on this. And Bpoe, what jersey do you have on tonight?
I'm the outcast, not wearing a Flames jersey, but the only one wearing one that's really topical to this podcast, with the Wilkes-Barre Scranton old Vegas gold jersey, the one that's the Boston Bruins template with a gold shoulder yoke and Bruins stripes, and yeah.
Good choice for tonight. Good choice. I have 0 AHL jerseys in my collection, and I think that that count needs to go up. But I'll catch the CCM Edge jerseys when they start going on clearance. Now that the new CCM template's out, not so hot.
There's got a lot of older ones on clearance too. I was actually just looking on their site today. They got a bunch of older ones on clearance.
Yeah, so that'll
some customized, some not.
Definitely be something I have to check out.
I think they had at least one Marley's one. You might be interested in that.
Yeah,
one.
I might have to get on the Marlies. I remember years ago I tried to buy a Manitoba Moose jersey from them, from AHL Shop, I think it's called. And it was on for like $50, I think it was. This is after the Moose disappeared. I ordered it. I waited for 3 weeks, didn't hear anything, contacted them, and then they're like, "Oh yeah, it's out of stock. We're not sending you anything." So good thing I contacted them, or else I would not have got my money back. Shawn,
does anyone remember the Marlies jersey from 2008-2009? Ryan already knows the one I'm talking about.
The dog
I don't think
one?
that's why Ryan's laughing.
No, that's not why I'm laughing. The God voice has returned, but
God demands that you look at the 2008-2009 Marlies alternate featuring a dumb dog.
Duke the dog. All right. Yeah, that is a terrible, terrible jersey. Old
But
St. Louis
You
Blues.
were asking me how many AHL jerseys I have.
Yeah, how many?
I believe I only have one. I had two at one point. Peoria Riverman.
You just mashed their name together to make one name.
The Priverman, yes.
Today, God has one AHL jersey.
So I have the Toronto Roadrunners.
The Roadrunners. Forgot about the Roadrunners. That's a good jersey.
It is. Good jersey, good logo, good everything. Yeah, that was Edmonton's AHL affiliate.
Yeah.
In 2004, 5, or 03, 04.
Yep, something around there.
03, 04.
That is a classic jersey that you got to hang on to that one.
I absolutely love it. Fun fact, I think the only NHLer to play on that team might have been Shawn Horcoff.
Yanni Rita.
Oh, there we go. Yep, that's two.
There we go. Maybe there was someone else, but definitely don't remember. But now that we got that out of the way, and we're already talking AHL jerseys, let's get started. For this week on the Jersey Nerds podcast, we're going to be going over this year's crop of AHL jerseys, and more specifically, we're going to choose our best jersey, and we're going to be sure to choose our worst jersey. And we're all going to rag on those worst jerseys. But let's start on a positive note with the best jerseys in the AHL right now. I'll start us off. I was looking at several options. I was looking at Providence. I do enjoy their strictly black and gold jersey. I was looking at the Grand Rapids Griffins, and I was looking at the Tucson Roadrunners. And the problem that I have that I couldn't give those all my best jersey award is the contrasting nameplate on the back of those jerseys. So I had to go classic because I love classic jerseys. And I went with the Chicago Wolves. Not an entirely strong logo, but the colors on the jersey are fantastic. Classic striping. Both the jerseys match. You can tell they're a set. Classic jersey numbers. And the fact that the team is its own team. They don't cater to whatever NHL squad they're affiliated with. They're doing their own thing. And so I chose the Chicago Wolves as the best jerseys in the AHL this season. Shawn, who'd you go with?
Like you, I was looking at a few teams that I couldn't really decide on. Those being, but it was between Chicago, Charlotte, and Laval for a while.
Interesting.
And I decided to go with a team that wasn't even on the list, but after I seeing their green jersey, I have to give it my vote, is the Texas Stars.
Yes, I do like that, the layout.
Ripping off Pittsburgh never looked better. As the color balancing, I think, is perfect. Unlike Pittsburgh's color scheme, and really the color scheme here actually allows itself to be balanced well. The logo looks really good. You can barely tell it's a Pittsburgh ripoff. And honestly, I think that in some respects, it looks better than the actual Stars.
Okay, Bpoe, and who do you have for your best AHL jersey this season?
Well, I have a whole stack of cards here because I just wrote a bunch of my favorites on cards. And my top two runners-up are the Providence Bruins and the Utica Comets Green Alternate. But I'm giving mine to the Milwaukee Admirals because I think that it's a combination of it's an incredible logo set and a great brand overall, which includes the font. And mainly the fact that they pull off a modern jersey very well. They took a lot of risks with this, and it all paid off. The color scheme is beautiful. The logos again, the font again are beautiful. And it's a big departure from Nashville, their parent club. And you really got to commend them for taking the leap of faith to do something completely different. And it really paid off. It looks great.
Yeah, I think
that was a lot of repeating the same points over and over again. Loving it.
No, I agree with you. That's probably for me. That's the best logo in the AHL, and the number font is awesome. I don't think that the jerseys aren't bad, but they're like a 7 out of 10, which is still fine, but they're not the best jerseys in the AHL. But for me, that's the best logo in the AHL by far. I don't think anyone really comes close. We're not really talking about logos, but Shawn, just is Milwaukee the best logo in the AHL?
Well, if Rockford would return to the pig butt.
Was that ever their primary logo?
No, but it was the best logo in the AHL. Actually, I'm going to give my favorite logo in the AHL. You see, on the one hand, I look at Springfield, and I think that's gorgeous.
Springfield.
But I will not give Springfield my favorite logo in the AHL, because my favorite logo in the AHL is probably the Ontario Reign. Just the way that they adopted and have made the Chevy logo their own in the 21st century.
AKA copied it.
Well, they made one change to it that I really liked, and that was making the primary part of it black. I kind of like that look. That alone did enough to make it usable. But yeah, the Ontario Reign have a really strong logo for me.
I don't know. I think the Roadrunners have the best logo.
It works for minor hockey, but I don't know.
I don't like that logo.
Okay, all right. I thought you were being serious.
The best logo is the Cleveland Monsters, because I asked them on Twitter once, hey, are you guys ever going to show the full body monster? And they go, some things are better left a secret. Some things are best left to the imagination. Some things are best left unknown. And it's like, okay, you guys just didn't draw him.
Yeah, you're not prepared to answer this question. Speaking of
they just don't want us to see his dick.
Speaking of the Cleveland Monsters, let's get to the worst jerseys in the AHL. The Cleveland Monsters may appear on here. They were under consideration for me, but just because of the drop that the Colorado Eagles made from what they had last season in the ECHL to the simple and really terrible black and white jerseys they have this year in the AHL, I gave the Colorado Eagles my vote for worst jerseys in the AHL this year. They have a potential for a great color scheme, and they've just used plain black and white jerseys. I don't understand it. It looks boring. It looks terrible. It doesn't look like it matches. It looks like they had a bunch of logos sitting around, and then they just had CCM whip up some stock jerseys and then throw the logo on the stock jersey. So just a terrible jersey all around there by the Colorado Eagles. Shawn, who are you taking for worst AHL jersey this year?
This wasn't a very tough pick for me because while I could pick any team that rips off their parent club, I want to talk about probably the worst identity in the AHL right now, and that's the Stockton Heat. So just imagine for a second if you allowed the people who made the Dallas Roundel logo and told them to make a Flames affiliate, but they had a budget of 35 cents and stole the logo from a cheap wings place. And that's how I feel about these.
And that's what you get.
If maybe the S alone with the flame and the little slug smoking a dart on there, that looks pretty good. But like they slap it in a roundel, and then they put it on the Flames edge template, which is already dated enough, especially with that horrible piping.
Yeah, it's got to go.
And then couple that with the fact that they continue the Flames tradition of the shoulder flags. Like, it was bad enough when the Abbotsford Heat did it. Then the Adirondack Flames did it. It's like it's like fool me once, won't get fooled again.
Don't even try it. Don't even try it.
Like that's just what the Stockton Heat feel like. It's like that in hockey jersey form.
Yeah, you've made a good case there. The Stockton Heat are pretty bad. I don't mind that logo. It's not fantastic, but I don't mind it. But going back to your point, any team who just copies their parent club deserves to be a potential candidate here for worst AHL jerseys. Bpoe, who do you have here?
So, as Ryan just mentioned, I knew that my worst jersey pick was likely going to be somebody who copied some sort of NHL club in some way. And I'm going to kind of pile on the Flames template, Dumpster Fire at this point, or the dog pile at this point, and San Diego Gulls. So basically, take Calgary's terrible template, combine it with Anaheim's terrible template, add some light blue, and you've got this. It's everything bad about Carolinas. Everything bad about Calgary's template with the strange piping and all of that, the side panels and all of that. Then you combine it with Anaheim's off balanced or off color balanced white jersey. You take the Phantom Yoke from Anaheim's black jersey, and you add in some blue that on the dark jersey is a little bit off balance with the orange. The orange and that are fighting for a little bit of dominance. But if I got to give them some sort of positive, they have a nice primary and secondary logo, and I think that this is a great color scheme that could be used well. It's just not.
So there we go. Best and worst AHL jerseys. AHL teams, I know you're listening because the AHL loves the Jersey Nerds podcast. If you're listening, stop using the same exact jerseys as your NHL affiliated club. It's just lazy and boring. And
all right, but I want to throw something out there.
Mm-hmm.
There are perhaps teams that wear the NHL counterparts template better than the NHL teams themselves.
Who qualifies for that? Who does that? Who would?
The San Antonio Rampage wear the Buffalo Slug better than the Buffalo Slug.
But they're not affiliated with the Sabres. But I guess
I honestly kind of thought that was going to be your favorite pick, just because it's the Buffalo.
Well, I mean, a slug's a slug. Let's be clear here, gentlemen. But
is it a slug now? Maybe it's a Rampage.
Yeah, like realistically, this is now how many years that they've been wearing the Buffalo Slug that the Sabres haven't now? I think we're almost at 10 now.
Yeah, it's got to be around there.
Tell us in the comments if you call it the Rampage template or the Buffalo Slug. And when you say Buffalo Slug,
The thing is, the Buffalo Slug is what gave this template the prominence that it has, and the Rampage aren't nearly as big as the Sabres.
No, but the Rampage are carrying the flag.
I don't think the Rampage are truly going to take over the template name, despite
honestly, it looks so much better on them.
I'm bringing it back. From now on, I'm calling that template the Rampage template.
There we go.
The Buffalo Slug will be a jersey on its own, and the template will now be referred to as the Rampage template.
There's like a nice WWE ring to it.
Rampage! All right. So
I'm going to follow up, too, real quick on what Ryan said earlier. If you're going to copy your parent club, at least do it in more of a way that just gives homage to them rather than directly copies them, like Utica's third jersey.
Yes. I forgot about Utica's third jersey. They should get an honorable mention for best jersey in the AHL.
That was one of my honorable mentions, Ryan.
Well, I wasn't listening, Bpoe. So good job all around there. Chicago, Utica, whatever jersey Shawn chose, because I wasn't listening again. And bad job, Colorado, and whatever jerseys you guys chose, because I wasn't listening. All right,
Ryan's best was Chicago, and his worst was Colorado. My best was the Admirals, and the worst was the Gulls. And Shawn's best was the Stars, and his worst was the Heat. I have it listed down here so I can make that meme I was talking about.
Way to go, Bpoe. Good job keeping track of what's going on here on the
recap
on the Nerdcast. All right, let's get into this. This was the news of the week, and I just can't believe this one. From the WHL, the Moose Jaw Warriors red third jersey that came out over the weekend. This thing, it's pretty much the Brooklyn Islanders template, but just strip any kind of uniqueness out of it. So the Moose Jaw's home and road jerseys are black with thin white stripes, just like the Islanders used to use on their alternate. And the other one is a white jersey with thin black stripes. It's a standard CCM edge lace neck, and then you got that terrible dated Warriors gradient logo. So that's their home and road jersey. So what do they do for an alternate? They just make a red version, and it's got thin black stripes on it. All three of the jerseys use contrasting colored name bars. They use a basic Chicago block style font, and I think the only positive coming out of this jersey, this new red third jersey, is the Moose Jaw Moose logo. It has similarities to the Manitoba Moose logo, but it's a little different, and at least it has some life to it, more so than the old outdated gradient logo. I don't even know if there's anything good about this jersey outside of the logo. Shawn, what are you thinking about this very, very red Moose Jaw Warriors third jersey?
In 2010, the Moose Jaw Warriors introduced a script alternate that I thought for many years, and still do think, is an excellent jersey. Why they felt the need to get away from this, I don't know. Is there anything good about this jersey? No. There's absolutely nothing good about a red and black mess for a team who has not worn an original jersey ever. For a team whose best logo is a shoulder patch worn for 1 year. Cannot coach with them. Cannot win with them. Can't do it.
Hey, didn't Moose Jaw use the Rampage template at one point?
Yes, up until their most recent switch from 2009 until I think it was 2016 or 17, they were wearing the Rampage template in beautiful black, red, and silver.
If you're going to use
I believe that silver was gradient.
If you're going to use the Rampage template, you got to have the silver sheen material on there. Bpoe, is there any possible good about this red alternate jersey for the Moose Jaw Warriors?
Well, for one, color. At least it has some color to it. It's not black like their primary. For two, I do like the logo. But I'm looking at the picture that's on our article on the thing, the in-action photo, you can't even see the black stripes on the
No.
arm. It looks like a plain red jersey.
The thing that
it just
Bpoe
looks
is
like a
referring
plain
to
jersey.
is the blog, hockeyjerseyconcepts.com. Anyways, go ahead, Bpoe.
It just looks like a plain red jersey, and it looks terrible. Although I do also like the number on the back, and I think the name bar actually works, at least in this picture where the foreground player, where I can see the name bar, is a little bit blurry. But from there, I really like the name bar.
I think the name bar sticks out just because there's nothing else going on the jersey. Like
that's quite possibly the reason.
It's really awful. And in the highlights that I was watching on their website, trying to get some still caps for the article, they just look like red practice jerseys skating around out there with this decent looking logo. Like I'd give the logo 7.5 out of 10. What would you guys give the logo? I'm giving them 7.5 out of 10. Shawn, what would you give for just the logo, primary logo on this jersey?
Honestly, the logo for me gets an 8. I really like this. Between the 3 Moose-related logos in Canada, it ranks somewhere in the middle. I think the Manitoba Moose have the best logo. Halifax's logo is literally a beer logo with an H behind it, which in some respects I adore. But in others, could be a little more original. But yes, solid 8 out of 10 for Moose Jaw.
Bpoe.
I think I'm going to give it a light to decent 7. Transition. Have you guys given this jersey a look? Did you love it? Did you hate it? What would you rate it? You're the best. You're the best. What should I review next? Hit like if you like. Please subscribe. Please don't cry. Hit the bell as well. That's another niche reference that some people are going to get.
What the hell, Bpoe? Damn it. I'm too old for your stupidity. All right.
But no, this isn't like a Islanders ripoff. It's a Toronto Maple Leafs early plain white jersey throwback, except in different colors.
So like a 19, what was that, 30s? Are we talking the 30s here?
27 until 34. 27, okay. They had a green logo, and after that, they had the blue logo until 34.
Way to go, Moose Jaw. Way to pay homage to the early Maple Leafs. I'm sure that's what they're going for. Okay, taking into consideration the decent logo, the numbers, the name bar, the red jersey, the 4 thin black stripes on each arm, let's give our overall rating for this Moose Jaw Warriors alternate jersey. And this one is a 4 out of 10 for me. I explained my rationale on the article on hockeyjerseyconcepts.com. Shawn, what are you giving this?
If you want to be bad, be Prince George Cougar's bad.
That's bad.
Don't be this bad. At least be memorable bad. No one's going to remember you. 2 out of 10.
2 out of 10. There we go. Hitting them hard, Shawn. Bpoe.
Well, considering that the color is nice, the numbers and the name bar look nice, and the logo is nice, a decent 3. Transition. Have you given this the look? I'm just kidding. I'm not doing the whole thing again.
Oh, my God. This guy is killing me. All right. So Bpoe evens it out. That makes it easy for me. I don't have to pull out the calculator. Average rating for this jersey, 3 out of 10. Way to go, Moose Jaw. This is just awful. And we'll see how long this sticks around, because Moose Jaw does not seem interested in producing quality jerseys. So this may have a 10-year run. We don't know. Coming up next, though, Throwback Throwdown. This week's Throwback Throwdown is the Dumpster Fire Duel, and that is because we have the Buffalo Sabres Buffa Slug jersey from 2013 to 2015, which...
How dare you refer to the Turdburger as the Slug?
Sorry, you're right. I did get that confused because I was looking at a picture of both of them. The Turdburger, 2013 to 15. That's why it's a Dumpster Fire Duel. Going up against Tampa Bay Lightning home jersey, the original Edge offering from 2007. This is a true Dumpster Fire Duel. We've talked about the Turdburger. It is gold in the front. It's navy in the back. There's about 37 shades of gray or silver on this thing. We have Buffalo, a small Buffalo word mark, just under the collar above the primary logo. Big gray cuffs, gray saber type Symbols, shapes running down the arm. It's hard to tell. Gray numbers. This thing is a Dumpster Fire Extreme. The Tampa Bay jersey, the original 2007 home Tampa Bay jersey, took away everything that was nice about Tampa Bay's jersey and threw it in said dumpster fire. We were left with a predominantly black jersey with blue under the arms and a white cuff. And that's pretty much it. Slightly updated logo, same number font, same name on back font, pretty much a slightly updated State of Florida logo on the shoulders. The stitching pattern was ridiculous. This thing and the Turdburger belong in the dumpster fire. Shawn, let's go to you for your Turdburger review.
Let me just hold this up for a second so everyone can see it.
Oh, God. He's got a Turdburger in his hand.
Like and subscribe to the HJC video podcast.
I should be wearing gloves with this putrid thing.
Yeah.
But I love it. Like, it's awful.
There's no charm to it.
4 shades of gray on this thing.
Just 4. Sorry, I guess I exaggerated.
And, oh, dear Lord. The fact that, like, I show people, I just, like, spin around. All right. Spin around again. Why is it blue on the back?
It's
and realistically, if you own one of these, you know the material that it's made with changes like 5 times.
It's awful. There's certain bad jerseys like the Burger King jersey, the Wild Wing jersey, the Fisherman jersey that have some charm and some folklore.
Flying V.
The Flying V. They have some
Buffalo
charm.
Slug.
Yeah, maybe.
They
have some charm and folklore that go along with them. This thing is just bad. There's no charm about it whatsoever. There's nothing ironic about it. It is just a bad, bad jersey. Bpoe, help me out here. How bad is this thing?
It is awful in a spectacular way.
No!
I mean, it's okay. I should say awful in a spectacularly ironic way. I love this jersey in such an ironic way. I give them a lot of credit for taking the leap of faith to try something new. I mean, we always love that. At least the fact that they do it, not necessarily how it turns out. But they definitely tried something new, and I don't think there's words that describe how badly this thing failed. The only positive, I think, is the font. The font is very nice. But
maybe the captain's patches. I thought the captain's patches
that too. Forgot about that.
Were the only good thing that came out of this.
Other than that, and the yellow base. Well, if you would call that.
Is it a base?
I don't really know, but I guess at least from the front, the yellow base. But why is there so many shades of gray? Why is the collar like a precursor to the Pentagon from Adidas, which doesn't even make sense in Reebok Edge? I don't even know what other why questions that. Why
do bad things happen to good people? Just some of these things can't be explained.
Why can't you just bring back the damn royal blue? Well, I guess they did for the Winter Classic at least.
Yeah,
but
one-off.
I love it in such an ironic way because I love comic fans as well in such that ironic way. Everybody hates it, and it's not the greatest looking.
So a Turdburger
is awful looking, but that's why I love it.
A Turdburger is like Comic Sans font. That's good for the Turdburger.
And then I'm not sure how many of you guys have heard of this, but another font called Bleeding Cowboys. It's my typography teacher's least favorite. It looks god-awful, but I love it in such an ironic way.
All right, let's switch to the other side of the dumpster fire, and we have the Tampa Bay black home jersey. Now, Shawn, you've made a wardrobe change into the white version of this jersey, taking away the player, Dwayne Rollison, that's on the back of your jersey, and switching over to the black version. What's your review of this jersey?
It's very important that you make that distinction because the reason why I love this jersey so much is in 2011, Dwayne Rollison basically carried the Lightning to the conference within a goal of the Stanley Cup Finals. And they were wearing these.
That doesn't make them a good jersey.
Once you take Dwayne Rollison out of it, you're still left with probably one of the jerseys I like more out of the original Edge versions. I just have a certain fondness for this jersey that I don't really have for most of the rest of the Edge era. This was just the one I picked, you know. Like it just did. It's like the Edge era came out. I saw these and I was like, oh, I like those.
Oh, God.
Why? I don't know. I just looked at them and said those are cool, and I still look at them and go, those are cool.
Now this is a fondness of the design, not necessarily sentimentally, right? Like I love the Penguins' original Edge jerseys from a sentimental standpoint. You know, they won a Stanley Cup in them. They were the jerseys of my conscious childhood, but they are god awful.
I
Is it like
have
that?
a legitimate fondness for these. I don't know what it is. Like, I just
from a design standpoint or like a sentimental standpoint, like mine with the
both.
pencil.
Honestly, like I look at this and I go, yeah, this is probably Tampa Bay's second best jersey.
Okay, well, we got to pick a winner here. You have to pick a winner.
Bpoe didn't review it.
Bpoe, you've been called out by Shawn, and obviously I'm not paying attention again, but what's your thoughts on this black Tampa Bay jersey?
All right, so at least the Sabres jersey was terrible in a way that's trying to do something new. This Lightning jersey is terrible in a way that they are copying two other teams in the league, including the Dumpster Fire Ottawa Senators. And it's probably the worst of the bunch, I think, mainly because it's primarily black, and the blue doesn't stand out nearly enough from the black to at least create some sort of visual interest. The Pens jerseys have white and Vegas gold. That's pretty contrasting with the black. The Senators is red, so that's a lot of color to begin with, and then black and white to contrast it. That blue, if you look at some of the photos of this jersey, you can hardly see the blue. And it's even worse that most of it is under the arms. The logo is pretty nice. The front numbers are awful, but it's just so plain and boring. And again, the same as two other NHL jerseys.
All right, so we do have to pick a winner. You have to choose one. No sitting on the fence. No umming and ahhing. You have to choose a winner here. Shawn, I think we know who your winner is going to be.
Well, that's pretty obvious. I am going to give it to the Turdburger.
What?
You heard me.
After your love fest for the Tampa Bay jersey, I'm surprised here.
Yeah, but I don't know. I look at the Turdburger and I say to myself, someone got paid to do that, and if they can do it, I can do it. So there. And moreover than that, it's just it is a jersey of folklore. I know Ryan's the old man of the podcast, so his favorite vintage old crappy jerseys are different from my and Bpoe's favorite crappy old vintage jerseys. And just remember that in 20 years, people are going to say, bring back the Turdburger throwbacks. Where's our Turdburger throwbacks, Buffalo? Can we vote to see the Turdburger throwback? Make a whole set out of it. And then, hockey jersey concept VR is out. First post is like, here we see the classic Turdburger set with a matching away.
Oh, no.
I have to
away
look at these.
Would the away be white with a black or with a yellow back?
Ugh.
Oh, everybody make one of those and send them to Ryan at HockeyJC on Twitter. And the best one will be automatically entered into the Concept of the Week.
That's an awful choice, but
the year.
No, don't go that far, people.
No, I go to the week. You get a free if you just for sending it in.
All right, Bpoe, choose your winner. Turdburger
White
or
with a gray back. White with a gray back, but not just one gray.
Bpoe's on the fence.
Can I take the fence? No, I'm kidding.
Turdburger or
I'm
Tampa
going
Bay?
Turdburger as well because, like I said, Tampa's jersey is bad in a boring way. At least Buffalo tried something new, and you got to give them credit for originality. Even though it's terrible originality, it's at least originality.
All right. That gives the win to the Buffalo Turdburger. I can't believe that. I also can't believe that I'm going to make it a clean sweep, 3-0 for the Turdburger. Because at least one good thing came out of the Turdburger, and that's the captain's patches. For this Tampa Bay original Edge jersey, there is absolutely nothing good about it. It should be burned and erased from history, and we should never see it again. So I'm giving the win.
No, we can't erase it from history because we need to learn off our past mistakes.
Wow.
Every time we review an Edge jersey on this podcast, Ryan just rips into it. Like, you just remember the Nashville jerseys?
They were bad. They're awful.
Like, what's next? We're looking at Florida's. These things stink.
All right.
And then meanwhile, Toronto's jersey comes up. Yeah, they were trying something new, and it didn't really work, and didn't help the teams win that good. But in retrospect, they weren't that bad.
They were bad.
Detroit Red Wings. Oh, they're nice, but they're on a Reebok Edge template. 2 out of 10.
I feel like Edge is gonna be like really not fondly remembered.
Not that first year. Just giving a quick look on NHLuniforms.com, and that first year of Edge jerseys, almost every team has one bad jersey. I think the only thing, really one of the only good new things that came out of that original batch of Edge jerseys might have been the Boston Bruins redesign to kind of a classic inspired uniform.
I would say Vancouver too.
Vancouver, okay, going back to owning the blue and green. They were on the way to do that, so yeah. And Washington. No, that's a terrible idea, Shawn. No.
The All-Star game.
What? No. These are all terrible ideas.
Atlanta, no, I can't even say Atlanta with a straight face.
All right, so the winner of the Dumpster Fire Duel is the Buffalo Turdburger in a clean sweep, 3-0. That's unbelievable. Let's go to fake or authentic. Fake or authentic? Fake or authentic is the segment where I come up with 3 statements that I believe to be authentic, but it's up to the writers to determine whether or not they are, just like the jerseys you see around NHL arenas, fake or authentic. Here we go. Fake or authentic, number 1. If my significant other asks for one of my jerseys to wear for Jersey Day at work, the answer is always no. Shawn, fake or authentic?
That's about as authentic as it gets, because at that point in any relationship, I probably bought you a jersey so you don't feel left out. And you don't have to borrow mine, and you can wear that. If you really want to wear one of mine, though, suppose I can let you wear the Turdburger. That'll teach you.
Here you go, hon. You look like a fucking idiot. Bpoe, fake or authentic?
Fake. I don't have a significant other.
You just have to suck the fun out of everything, don't
That's
you?
why you said if. For God's sakes, I'm here.
Well, I mean, if we're speaking of purely hypotheticals here, in that I had one, I would say it's fake, mainly because, but the authentic or that fake is going to be a very, very small situation in which it would probably have to be one of my few fake jerseys, or I guess it would be, well, I was going to say, or like a jersey that I bought them, but I guess that would be their jersey, not mine. But yeah, it would probably have to be a fake or something that I'm really not fond of at all. And it also is very dependent on where they work and what type of job they have. I have worn jerseys a couple times to my job, which, for those of you who don't know, is a Walmart associate, and they've been fine. So if it's something harmless, I would be a lot more willing to say, yeah, sure, why not, than if they work in a dirty factory or something.
No, there's always a risk of the jersey going missing, or just, even if you were to give your significant other a decent jersey, and then people would approach that significant other to want to talk about that jersey, and then they would just not be doing that jersey any good service. So
I like the part where between me, Bpoe, and Ryan, the options are a fake, a turd, and nothing.
You get nothing.
Really know how to like really just know how to take a woman out on a good time. Here, honey, have my fake jersey.
When you meet
No, I assure you, Gretzky has an S in it.
When you meet a lady at the bar, you got to lay down the ground rules. Hey, I'm right. Just be like, hey,
I like you enough. You can wear one of my jerseys.
It's the ultimate sign of respect. Here, I'll let you wear that. Hey,
no, put the Pavlik jersey down. You do not wear his name.
There are times when your significant other can wear your jersey. And actually, there's a really great time. And it's when you wake up in the morning and that's all they throw on. And that is just top notch right there. But when we're talking about Jersey Day at work or some sort of crap like that, no, you're going to have to get your own. Go visit Bpoe at Walmart and he can hook you up with a nice jersey there for the local squadron. All right, fake or authentic number 2. I would rather my team have no alternate jersey at all rather than a bad alternate jersey with a great logo. And of course, this has to do with the Moose Jaw Warriors. So fake or authentic, Shawn?
That's totally fake for me. So I can't really think of an example off the top of my head of a bad jersey with a great logo. I guess the closest thing is, I even like this jersey and think it's actually good. The Wave jersey with the Islanders logo on it.
Oh, man.
The Lighthouse logo.
Okay, yeah, the Lighthouse logo is fantastic. Good point.
I'd rather have the alternate where I can go look at the shoulders sometimes and go, you're all right. Versus no alternates, because then I have like 200 monies that I wouldn't have otherwise, and I don't need the 200 monies when I can add that to the jersey.
Bpoe, fake or authentic on this?
Fake. I like seeing new things, even if they aren't great, because usually if they aren't great, they don't stay around for too long unless you're Colorado or Ottawa. But the logo especially is, I think, the selling point for me, because if you put a great logo on the jersey, fans love it, the sponsors love it, everybody's excited about it, and then it could become the next primary logo if it's that good, or it could be the logo on a better alternate jersey in the future. And I like seeing new stuff, so seeing a good new logo, I'd be great. I'd be fine with that.
If it was a great logo, and going back to this new Moose Jaw alternate, I would buy, this would be one of those where I'd get a shirtsy or just one of the, something in the Adidas line or something like that that would showcase the logo. But the jersey is just the logo and jersey combination, as we discussed, is terrible, and I'd rather my team not have an alternate at all. Fake or authentic?
Now, I know for some people the Jets, they don't like the Jets alternate. I don't know why. It's a great jersey, but a lot of people don't like the Jets alternate. I wonder how many of them like the logo but not the jersey.
Yeah, that's true.
In that position,
because that's a really solid word mark. And
has anybody noticed that the Jets wear that jersey? They start their backup and only their backup. Like, I wonder if he's like, ooh, I like the blue jerseys. Can I play the games in the blue jersey? And Connor Hellebuck just looks at them and goes, yeah, I mean, they're okay.
You're in.
Shawn, both of their jerseys are blue.
He can wear them.
Aviator.
Like, I just wonder if Laurent Blessard is doing that. Like, I mean, he's great, but like, you're a little too eager to wear those alternates, buddy. Let's tone it down a bit.
Shawn, their home jersey is blue as well.
That's navy. It's aviator blue. Navy no, sorry, that's blue. Midnight. That's polar midnight blue.
Oh, God.
But it's blue.
It would be like the backup goalie walks into the dressing room and the alternates are hanging up and he's like, yes, I'm starting. Yeah.
or Connor Hellebuck walks in, looks in and goes, grab a paper. he's just on the bench at the Winnipeg Free Press. It's like, Connor, Bossy over there is getting lit up for 8 goals. You might have to go in. Yeah, this family circus is particularly plethoric.
Okay, fake or authentic number 3. And this is one of these awesome hypotheticals. Fake or authentic. You're at the zoo, and a bad jersey is inside the turtle cage. But a really great jersey is inside the grizzly bear cage. I'm still hopping inside the turtle cage to grab that bad jersey. Fake or authentic? Shawn.
Okay, here's what's going to make the decisive thing for me. It's just sitting there, and the grizzly bear is just walking around doing bear things. I'm probably fine. But let's say, like, the jersey is pinned to one of the cubs, and the cub runs up to you to go say hi. Oh, look, a jersey.
And then you're chasing the cub around?
Like the cub goes up to you to give you a hug, and it's wearing the jersey, and you're like, "Oh, hey, cool." Oh, and then you put, then you're running, and then versus the turtle, it's like you're just gonna get a little nip.
Maybe even not if they can't catch up to you. So I guess by that theory, we could have to apply that to the Bears as well. There's a chance that the Bears may not catch up to you. So, but you're still taking a huge risk.
But is the jersey attached to a cub?
It is in. No, it's. Let's say it's not attached to a cub, but it is in the most.
To a cub.
It's in the most middle part of the bear cage. So you have to go the furthest possible route in, and it's going to be the furthest possible route out. Same applies for the turtle cage.
Yeah, I'm risking it with the bear. Again, I just picture the bear like moseying around, looking for a salmon or berries or something like brum, bum. The bear's just waddling along.
It's not the A&W bear.
He looks over at you. See if you take the jersey, just sort of. But like the turtle, turtle cages aren't that big. Like the the thing's probably like under the jersey. Like, where am I going?
Shawn just leans over and grabs the jersey. That's all. The turtles, it's not like it's a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle or anything. It's just your standard zoo turtle. Nothing special going on there.
Just give it a barter a piece of lettuce for it.
All right, so Bpoe, are you fake or authentic? I went with I'm hopping into the turtle cage to grab the bad jersey. Fake or authentic?
Fake. I'm definitely going to the grizzly bear. I mean, what are you talking about? Turtles are so much more dangerous than grizzly bears. What with their sharp teeth and all, their super speed. I don't know what you guys think a turtle is, but I don't think it's what I think a turtle is. No, I'm kidding. But okay, let's be real here. Is this like Turdburger bad or Tampa Bay bad?
It's Tampa Bay bad.
It's a Fanatics Nashville Original Edge vintage jersey.
That's the most terrible made-up thing I've ever heard.
Jesus. Well, I think I'm still going to go for the grizzly bear cage because if I succeed, I get a nice jersey. If I fail, I die. It's a win-win.
And this question was actually based on a news event that happened in Toronto a week or two ago. We have the Ripley's Aquarium of Canada here in Toronto. And some guy just decided to strip down nude and jump in the shark tank and swim with the sharks. And then security said, you got to come out. And he didn't come out. And then apparently they called the police. But this guy was able to grab his clothes and run off before anybody was able to catch him. And no word on if anybody was able to catch him. But yeah, I believe there's likely videos of YouTube of naked man.
There is video of it. I've seen it. It's pretty funny.
How is somebody just not waiting outside for him?
I don't know. That's the whole mystery of this thing. This guy was able to strip down, jump in the shark tank, take a couple swims, and still get away.
Was he John Cena, and because he wasn't wearing clothes, they couldn't see him?
Good one. Well done. Well done,
I was thinking more along the lines of, you're more likely to get hurt jumping the Sabres bench and going to Brad May than you are...
You're more likely to get hurt in the stands of a Bruins 70s game as Mike Milbury jumps the glass and beats you to death with your own shoe. All right, that is what we have for you this week. That was fake or authentic. We did Throwback Throwdown. We talked about the Moose Jaw Warriors' new terrible alternate third jersey. A lot of negative tones going on with this.
Guys, we got a message in the mailbag about male enhancement pills. We could open that.
Stop leaving the spam in the mailbag. Mailbag was canceled.
Milfs in your area want to fuck.
I just picture the mailbag is now like a festering kid's lunchbox after a week at the bottom of the locker.
Oh, gross!
You pick it up, you just open it up, and it's that harsh bass noise, and you're like, oh, look, here we go. They gotta wipe the wet letter off. Apparently, my Windows Microsoft PC is under attack, and I must call this 1-800 number. Call the 1-800 number, and they're asking we need to run some PC sharing software in your computer. And you're like, yeah. So, what was your question? HockeyJerseyConcepts.com.
Oh God.
The next one. Download Cunt I didn't even say that without laughing for some reason. Download Cunt Wars. I think I've actually gotten that before.
So the mailbag is full of spam. Maybe one day the mailbag comes back. Maybe one day. Maybe one day we'll do.
If you'd like to help in Fortnite, please give us your parents' credit card number. Or what's your Fortnite name? Your first name, parents' credit card number. Your last name, the 3 digits on the back. The middle name, the expiration date.
Gonna need it all. All right, so that's what we got for you this week. Don't forget, on hockeyjerseyconcepts.com, we have the Jersey Casual stickers, shirts, whatever you want to put the Jersey Casual designs on. We have those for sale on the blog. Just started recently is the NHL 90s redesign competition. Entries there are due November the 9th at noon Eastern. So that's a pretty cool competition. Go check out the blog to see all the rules and get involved in that. And, of course, the weekly Concept of the Week vote going on the side of the blog. You got to be logged into a Google account to make that poll appear. But once you do, you have until Friday at noon to place your vote. And, of course, that's only relevant information if you're listening to this podcast the week that comes out. If you've downloaded this podcast 6 months after it came out, this is completely irrelevant information for you. But thanks for listening to the podcast.
But
anyway.
Send us a 90s jersey competition anyways.
Yeah, please do.
And we also have a long read. You know, all the other sports sites are doing it. We can do it too. Yours truly breaks down the best and worst of this decade's jersey trends, and Ryan disagrees with it all.
That would be a good podcast. The youngins come up with cool new young things, and old man Ryan just tells them why they're dumb and stupid. That's coming up. I'm gonna write.
It's the all get off my lawn.
That's fantastic. Well done, Shawn. The Get Off My Lawn podcast. That is awesome.
And don't forget, everybody, download Cunt Wars.
We're not sponsored,
but if Cunt Wars wants to throw us a sponsorship, we'll give you a plug. We've given you a free plug. So, I mean, there's probably a whole batch of Cunt Wars movies. So, we'll get on that. As always, we want to hear what you think. If anything we've said has offended you, we're sorry. And you can contact us on Twitter.
Sorry, Mom and Dad.
You can contact us on Twitter anytime at HockeyJC, or email the podcast anytime, podcast at hockeyjerseyconcepts.com. Let us know what you think about some of the topics we talked about this week. Shawn, Bpoe, thanks for joining me. It was fun as always.
Yeah. Glad to be on here. Glad we recorded a podcast, if you will.
And I'm glad we're going to get that echo of yours fixed, Shawn. I know you can't hear it on your end, but every single person who's listening to this podcast just listened for the past hour as Shawn reverberated around their ears. That is
what is known as a treat. This is the All Reverb podcast.
What would it sound like, Shawn, if you did a pretend echo with that echo?
Nope. No more echo.
We want that sponsorship, right, Bpoe? Cunt Wars has a brand to look after, and they don't need me faking a
Oh, God. Shawn, just crank up the echo quickly, and we'll close on this. And then I just want you to go, Cunt Wars.
Cunt Wars!
And with that, we'll talk to you next week.